Sage Gold is an exploration company focused on gold exploration in the Beardmore Geraldton Gold Camp in Ontario. This historic gold camp is actively being explored not only by Sage, but several other mining companies. We're currently drilling our three principal properties: Golden Extension, Paint Lake, and Solomon Pillars.
So we're here at Pasture Lake Lodge at the start of another investor tour to the Sage Gold properties in the Beardmore Geraldton Gold Camp. We're focused this year principally on three properties: the Golden Extension, Paint Lake, and Solomon Pillars gold properties, which represent our most advanced gold projects in the camp. We're also working very hard on additional targets in the area, again with a focus on gold. We're here at the Golden Extension. We discovered this vein 1, in summer of last year on the back of the work that Kodiak has been doing to the south on the Golden Mile. You know, it's high grade, lots of visible gold veins within the intrusion. Kodiak has drilled 64,000 meters into the Golden Mile. We've only drilled less than 2,000 meters into the veins that we have.
So all of them carry gold. We've had some good, the original grabs were 90 grams off of Trench 1, which this is Trench 1, and followed by Trench 1 extension, which is about 100 meters, 150 meters to the east. We got some 17 and around 17 grams this year out of that. 3B we've gotten as high as 27 grams just over here. Trench 4, which is underwater, most of it over there, we've gotten bonanza grades of 250, 230 grams. And then Trench 9, 10, we've had some grab samples of in the 30 grams. Followed it up with channeling. We've gotten some bonanza grades out of this, 136 grams, over half a meter. And grades throughout all the trenches where we got grabs. We're seeing the structure, we're following the vein to depth. We know it's there. We see mineralization, we're just not getting the bonanza that we got off the surface to begin with.
Well, we're very much in the early days of exploring these high-grade vein systems, especially given the amount of overburden that's on the property. We could very easily not be in the core of this system, and that just takes intensive work to try and locate these vein systems. We've taken the approach that one of the difficulties in dealing with a coarse gold environment is trying to trace the mineralization. So there's going to be a combination of things: the basal till work, a series of deep drill holes. There's suggestions, or in the literature, a lot of gold deposits occur at the contact between the intrusives and the volcanics. You may get more sort of feathering out, broader vein systems. We're very much in the early days of exploring these high-grade vein systems, and that just takes intensive work to try and locate these vein systems. Solomon Pillars, we're currently drilling. There'll be a first phase of drilling. We have a series of showings on Solomon that we've done quite a bit of prospecting, channel sampling, and we're now drilling. The Solomon Pillars model is based on the currents of banded iron formation and the interaction of shear structures with the banded iron formation, wherein that interaction yields our best gold numbers. So we have a lot of surface data, a lot of visible gold. We're now drilling a series of targets on Solomon Pillars. So Solomon Pillars is going to be very interesting in the context that it's in the Central Sedimentary Belt, which is the same belt that hosts the gold mineralization in Geraldton, where Premier is currently active to delineate a resource.
As Bill had mentioned earlier, the Beardmore Geraldton Belt has produced over 4 million ounces of gold, most of which has come from within this brown unit here, which are sedimentary rocks, wackies and such. The mineralization that we're targeting are shear zones that have been altered and plumbed by quartz and arsenopyrite and gold that tend to run parallel both south of, north of, and within an iron formation unit that strikes across our property through the amulet up to the throne. It looks like it gets offset down to the golden scepter and through the royal crown and onto recently acquired ground over here.
This is banded iron formation that's been intersected by the shear. That's where you get the best grades.
It ran 892.6 grams per ton over half a meter. It's an example of a very high grade, good looking mineralized zone that for whatever reason doesn't have visible gold in it. It's got about 25% arsenopyrite, but the gold must be so fine-grained that we simply can't see it. You can break up the rock and pan it, and you will see flecks, and Lyle will do that for us.
We're currently drilling on Paint Lake. We have done the first phase of drilling on Paint already. With respect to Paint, drilling deeper holes to try and extend the near-surface mineralization that we've already encountered deeper, and hopefully we'll see a repetition of what occurred on the Brookbank deposit to the west, where the surface and near-surface structures widened out considerably at depth, which eventually led to delineation of the Brookbank deposit.
The primary interest here is that we're along strike about 3 kilometers from OnTex's Brookbank deposit. They're currently sitting about 800,000 or 900,000 ounces of resources and currently drilling with, I believe, 2 rigs. If you notice here, the gray rocks are a sedimentary unit along a shear zone that abuts some green mafic volcanic rocks, and if you follow that structure along, we're coming right into our property, right in through here. And our drilling thus far in phase 1 has been all directed at this shear zone underneath grab samples and channel samples that we've got gold coming back in, and we're going to see some of those trenches today.
That OnTex had with Brookbank is that the initial surface drilling, the near surface drilling, encountered similar high-grade narrow zones, and then deeper the structure got wider, and that's where the deposit was found.
This would be a 500 or 600 meter hole and get down into the depths, the vertical depths that OnTex is having luck with the Brookbank, the bulk of their mineralization.
With gold prices at current levels, and we believe going higher, and many gold shares at low levels, we think it's an excellent opportunity to acquire gold resources through acquisitions. Therefore, we have a dual strategy: advance our exploration properties through drilling and acquire gold resources through acquisition.
Sage Gold Inc. trades under the symbol of SGX on the Toronto Venture Exchange.